Today's topic is top 5 mistakes coaches are making right now. And I think some of these I've probably myself made in the past. I'm sure you have as well, Andrew.
Definitely have.
So hopefully the whole point of this episode is we'll help you not make the mistakes that we have certainly made in the past, that is for sure. So let's dive straight in. Number 1, not being the expert. And this is one I've definitely made in the past. Generalists. I think it's more and more important nowadays to be more, have a more of a niche, be more specific. Can you dive into this one for us, Andrew?
Yeah, we've been around the block, both of us, me more than you. So back when we started, you were able to get away with it a little bit more, but certainly now there's that much competition and that much demand for the services we offer. We have to stand apart. So being a generalist, you've got to skip away from that and really decide, what your area of expertise is, and then, showcase that, make that your USP, your unique selling proposition, so that people dive to want to work with you. Case in point is, I know somebody who's a coach who is vegan, so and plant-based food is his want. So he uses that around the plant-based fitness. So that's his content. So he stands out. So anybody that is interested in that, he's their go-to guy. So that's the type of thing that we ultimately want to be able to do. And I think the misconception is that if we're hindering ourselves in getting clients, but that's wrong. You're going to attract the right types of client that you enjoy working with having that speciality.
Yeah, certainly. I think when I started out, I was just like, kettlebell. I kind of did kettlebells as a sort of specialism, I suppose. But I got a lot of my clients through referrals and stuff, and one was 60 odd years old and a male and a high flyer. Another one was a 20-year-old female. There was no consistency. I didn't really know who I was or what I was doing. So I think being a specialist nowadays is definitely important. Another mistake that I made, not charging enough. I hated, and probably still hate talking about money, but why is it important to make sure you're charging enough for your services?
Well, we've got to pay ourselves. And if we've got facility, we've got to have enough money left in the bank to be able to pay the rates, the rent, the heating, staff as we bring in staff.
Yeah, my God, the cost of things nowadays.
I know, terrible. But similar mistake, I wasn't charging enough. I didn't have my margins right. I'd taken on staff and I was paying them more than what I should have been. So they were happy, but I was struggling then to survive as a business until I made the hard decision then to really have the hard conversations to address that issue. So if you start out the gate by realizing that your pricing, your packaging, and it needs to be spot on, that you've got enough money then to invest into the business. But equally, if we're charging too little, then we're going to be attracting, again, the wrong types of clients.
I was going to say, you don't want to be in a race to the bottom, do you?
You don't. So conversely, if we're charging premium rates, then by perception, we're deemed to be, higher quality service provider than those cheaper. So then we can attract that right type of person into the mix. And that person paying a higher rate generally is going to be a better type of client that you're going to have longer term.
Yep. Absolutely. Next one, not targeting the right people. And I think this kind of refers back to the first one of not being an expert and not having your niche, I suppose.
Yeah, and again, when we start out, we're passionate about but we need clients, and it's like, I need to be training someone. I'll train everybody. But again, that's where we bring in those people that we're maybe not an expert in that particular area. I remember. In the early days, I had people that wanted to train for the London Marathon. I like to run, but I'm not a running expert. That's not my passion. That's not my background. So I could have learned how to do that, and I probably could have helped them. But I knew a coach who was much better at that. That was his forte, so I referred them to him. And so that's why if we focus on going back to the very basic, knowing who your target client is, the types of clients you want to work with, then you're going to be much more able to focus in on their desires, what their specific needs are, and that's going to attract then the right types of clients you get. So making sure you're then got that right audience in play.
Absolutely. Next one, having too many offers. What are the pitfalls of offering too much choice?
I haven't made this mistake, but I have seen clients. I've worked with clients who have, and it reminds me of when you see Gordon Ramsay go into the restaurants and they've got a brochure of a menu. And you're flicking through, and I know I've been to places like that, and I think, oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Oh, that looks nice. And then you're getting stuck. The server comes up and asks what you want. Oh, can you give us a few more minutes? Well, it's similar in fitness. So you were going to say?
Yeah, you know what I was going to say, mate. As someone who loves cooking, if I saw that, I'd be like questioning, yeah, it's great to have choice, but it's like, how could you possibly do things quality when you're in that kitchen back there when there is so many things on this menu? Inevitably, the quality is going to go down, you would think.
Exactly, and I love the Gordon Ramsay shows. I haven't watched them for a while, but there's a familiar theme. You know, he goes in, shocking service, too much choice, and as you say, the quality of service and the food is poor. So he reduces the number of items on offer, and they get good at cooking. What's on that menu. Same in fitness. If we keep it to our skill set and to a choice of maybe 3 elements that you offer, it becomes so much more easier then to have systems and processes in place to deliver a similar service. You're going to excel in what you offer, and that's key. We can't do that when we're trying to offer too much.
Yeah, power of three, guys. And finally, number 5, not investing in themselves. There's a lot of cases where I'm thinking over recent times. There's a lot of coaches I know that do invest in themselves. Actually, they swing too far, and they're investing so much in themselves that they're not. I was going to say it's a fine line. This one, isn't it? It's a fine balance.
It is. But on the switch side, I've worked with coaches who are depending on the qualifications from 25 years ago, and they're still set back in 1990 in their mindset and their traineology and the like. So it's important to stay abreast of things, but as you say, not getting that fine line that you dip too far over, that you're doing too much and not focusing on your business. But as I say, it's getting that fine line, but staying ahead of the curve, listening to the training episodes we do in the podcast is a great way of keeping track and investing in maybe 1 or 2 quality courses each year to stay abreast of things would be a good rule of thumb in my book.
Definitely. If you're going to invest, make sure you're investing in the right courses for sure, because it's important to keep learning. Make sure it's something that you love, something that you're going to use, and not just flushing your money down the drain. Essentially, that is it for today. I hope this was helpful. Try not to make some of the mistakes that me and Andrew have made. Just a quick recap. Be the expert. Niche. It's important to niche down. Make sure you're charging enough. Value your services, and that way then you can target the right people. Don't have too many offers. Distill your offers down to 3, ideally, and invest in yourself. As I said, that is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. And if you want to find out what's holding you back from growing your fitness business and get yourself a free website audit, go to strengthmatters.com/audit.